Today we want to talk about how we thought we had 38 minutes to say goodbye. On January 13th, we were on Oahu, Hawaii, and the state of Hawaii sent a message out to everyone's cell phone saying that there was a ballistic missile threat inbound to Hawaii. Seek immediate shelter. This is not a drill. It was 8:07 in the morning, and I received it only on my cell phone.
And this is in 2018.
Mm-hmm. And we immediately turned on the TV, and there wasn't anything right away that was playing on the TV, like a banner going across the screen. And you still didn't get a message on your cell phone.
Shortly after that, though, when I finally did get it.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was like 30 seconds later.
It was like, oh, this is for real.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a joke.
Yeah, that was really scary.
It was scary, but it was we were so calm about it. It was pretty crazy when you think about the actual circumstance. And what you did first was think about your mom.
Mm-hmm.
And
when we got that message, when we got the text, it took a few minutes, and then there was something that was a banner that was coming across the TV, and it was telling everybody to seek shelter. So immediately I was thinking, where's shelter? So we don't know where it was coming. We're an island. I mean, to go around the island, how long would that take? Like 2 hours?
At max, yeah.
At max, it takes 2 hours to drive around the whole island of Oahu. So when you say seek shelter, where do you go? If it's headed to Oahu.
Basically, they were saying, I think, 20 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
Roughly.
You had basically like 20 minutes before impact.
Mm-hmm.
And so my mom was at the house. Our 2 girls were on the mainland. And they were also saying not to use the phone, to jam it up, and to save it for the emergency personnel. So I think you sent a text, right,
yes.
to the girls?
Mm-hmm.
What did you say?
I just said, Mom and Dad love you.
Mm-hmm.
And it kept it short and simple. I figured that message would get through. And then you went to your mom's room and talked to her. And what did you tell her?
So my mom is elderly, and she gets really nervous. And so I opened her door and I told her very calmly, you need to trust me and to not turn on the TV. Don't listen to the radio, but I need you to get dressed. I need you to put socks and shoes on, and I need you to get all of your medications together. And I'll let you know if there's anything else that you need to know. Other than that, we're okay. We're fine. But just trust what I'm saying, and that I will make sure everything is fine. And surprisingly, she did not question it.
No.
She just said, okay. And she started doing her crossword book, her puzzle book, and never said a word.
Yeah.
And so she started to get that together. And as I was walking down back the hallway after talking with her, in my head, I was just like racing. Okay, what do we do? Where do we go? There was no time.
Right.
In the time frame that they gave us, there was no time to go anywhere. And we didn't even know where to go. We don't have shelter, find shelter. Yeah. I don't, what does that even mean?
We are basically in our shelter.
Right. So that was a weird time. The things that go through your mind, it was just racing. It was like absolute racing. Yet there was a calm that came over.
I would say that there was never any panic.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
on our part.
Yeah. There was no panic.
And
But I was trying to just think, like, do I get clothes? Like, all right.
Yeah.
You know, I was trying to make a mental note about, because basically you had to like wait. You had to wait for impact to see where, you know, I think I remember saying, I hope it goes fast.
Yeah. I hope this is over quick.
I hope it's fast.
But
Yeah.
it was the interesting part for me was that we really never got frantic about anything. Once we said goodbye to the girls,
I think I do. I think I regret, out of the whole thing, I think I regret that, following the rules, and not calling. I don't know why I did that. I mean, I do know why, but I
yeah,
think if I should have called. I don't know why I didn't. But I was just like trying to think of like, that made sense. You know, don't tie up the lines. Don't, you know, it might be an emergency. And so we sent a text and we didn't call. But
yeah, it was a rough 38 minutes of not knowing, but it wasn't rough in the sense that we felt like we didn't finish things, didn't do other things. We were very content with how our lives had been at that point. We had
Yeah.
a great marriage. We were together.
that made it easier.
That made it a lot easier. And
Yeah,
I think we were working off each other's energy.
that's true.
You were calm. I was calm.
Yeah. It was like my head was racing, my mind was racing.
But when you put it all together and okay, well, what could we have done even looking back?
Mm-hmm.
And there really is nothing. You are along for the ride at that point.
That's true.
Um,
It was hard watching, you know, people, they were trying to put their kids in, they had opened the manhole covers and they were putting their kids down, you know, into the drains and trying to save them that way. And, you know, people were doing whatever,
yeah,
you know, they
basically
felt.
putting their kids in the sewer,
Mm-hmm.
hoping that they would have a better chance that
Yeah.
way.
I mean, there wasn't a lot of information that we got. It was literally a text message that was sent saying.
And it was right at the height of the North Korea
Yeah.
doing a bunch
So it was completely logical.
doing a bunch of missile tests.
Yeah,
So
it was logical.
It was like, oh, they pulled it off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they figured it out.
I was thinking that too, like, oh gosh.
Yeah. So anyway.
So a lot of people were scrambling to find shelter wherever they could. We stayed put. It took 38 minutes for officials to figure out that it was a false alarm and to send another message out. But for 38 minutes, we had to live with the thought of there was a missile coming our way. And that was really hard. That was really hard.
I think we actually like read a book, or we were not racing around packing or anything like that. We basically sat in bed and I think we read a book and kind of talked to each other every once in a while because we didn't know really what to do.
Yeah, it was a, I don't know, it was a very surreal time. You always hope that when you're faced with like a very tough decision, like you think that it will probably be over very shortly.
Imminent death, I think, is
Yeah.
what you would call that.
Mm-hmm. You always hope that you will be brave and graceful and face it head on. And I was so, I don't know, happy, I guess, that we were absolutely facing that. We thought we had 38 minutes.
Well, we didn't even know how long it was going to be. I
Yeah.
mean, we thought we had 20 minutes, basically.
Yeah, I
Could
think
happen any second.
Mm-hmm. And you were waiting for a missile to hit somewhere. It could be right on you. Where we were located, we're close to the airport. We're like 20 minutes from the airport, and
Even closer to Pearl Harbor.
close to Pearl Harbor and close to another military base. So it was very possible that it would have hit very close to where we were.
Yes.
So in my mind, I'm thinking, well, I think I told you, well, it's been good. Like, we've had a good run.
I think your exact words was, well, it's been a good run.
Yeah.
And it had,
Yeah.
it still has been. But
yeah.
it was so different to reflect on that at that particular time, and not, I mean, I really felt at ease. I was okay with all right, it's our time.
Yeah.
We're okay. We had a really great, family life. Everything was pretty well off. We were, and not too much to complain about.
No. Knowing how we reacted at that time, it made me very proud and very happy to know that I had led a good life and that I faced it head on and with peace. I liked knowing that my conscience was clear. I felt like I had lived a good life, and I was ready to, I think I said,
yeah,
see you next time.
Yeah.
See you in the next
one. And I felt the same way. It was really almost a special moment.
That's true.
Out of all of that.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely.
Yeah. All right, so we've had our moment. We cried a little bit and told each other how brave we were.
Yeah. We're done patting ourselves on the back.
It was really scary. I mean, for 38 minutes to think that you were going to die, see a loved one die, it was very difficult. But we got through it. The state got through it. There was so many traumatized people. It was very sad, actually, that, so many people got that message. And the message, the all clear message from the state didn't come out to 38 minutes after that initial, but people had become so panicked that many didn't even see that message.
Yeah, they were in hiding already.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it was really sad. They were terrified.
It was such a unique situation. I don't know, have any of you guys ever had something similar, faced imminent danger and walked away from it? I mean,
it's a very eerie feeling. It's a very strange feeling. You definitely know when you really think that this is it. There's weird things that go through your mind. I remember thinking, like, so many things go through your mind at the same time. And I remember one of the things that I was thinking is like, oh, I did good. I also thought, well, it'll be nice to see, some people and pets that have passed away. It actually passed my mind thinking, oh, it'll be nice to see those people. I thought of individual people like, oh,
they'll be there.
They'll be there. There's so many things that go through your mind. I was very at peace with my life. And I like knowing that. I like knowing that in the end, that I didn't feel like I had any unfinished conversation, unfinished business.
Nothing to be embarrassed about. You know, basically it was for such a dramatic and mentally scarring situation for a lot of people.
Yeah.
For us, it just solidified how well we had done and how proud we were of each other. So leave a comment if you had a similar experience, or if you were there and you saw some of the stuff that happened.
If you were experiencing that when we were, I would definitely like to hear from you. Please leave a comment. So we made the missile.
Yeah.
We survived.
We survived.
Anyway, that's our story on how we thought we had 38 minutes to say goodbye.
Yeah, maybe even less.
True.
Bye, gang.
Bye.